Bruh. What's up, folks? GameRex here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Holy shit! I am too hyped for this. All right. It has been such a long time ago since I recorded for the last time, but we are back today with another brilliant video. Today, I'm filling in a tier list with the most popular prehistoric creatures. Not only dinosaurs, but also pterosaurs, marine reptiles, and I think some other creatures as well. Anyways, this will be the most popular prehistoric animals of all time. Animals like T-Rex, Stegosaurus, Velociraptor, Triceratops, name them. I am going to fill in these tier lists. Yeah, I am doing this. Alright, if you guys are ready, then make sure to drop down a like and of course subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss any more awesome content like this. Alright, let's begin. Right, for this video I have the webcam in that position so you guys can see all the tiers. Right, first up we have S tier, the best of the best. Then we have A that is very good, almost favorite, but yeah, very good. B is just normal, you know, good, you know, just normal. C is meh, not very special, but not very cool either. D is a little bit, you know, below average. It's a bit, yeah, not my favorite. E is, you know, a creature that I totally don't like. And trash, that speaks for itself. So, alright, so let's begin with the first one. We have Velociraptor. To be honest, Velociraptor is really hyped up because of the Jurassic Park and the Jurassic World movies. And that fact alone just, you know, takes away a bit of the magic that I have for this animal, or a bit of the love that I have for this animal. I'll put Velociraptor in C tier. Yeah, I'm very sorry. Don't get me wrong, Velociraptor is a really cool animal, you know. It has a lot of... It literally looks like a killer turkey. I mean, that's literally how it looks. It makes a very cool sound from what I've heard, but it's just too overhyped. It's just too overrated, yeah, because of the Jurassic Park movies. So, alright, Corythosaurus. I really like Corythosaurus, mainly because it, you know, people don't really talk about it too often, but I really like this dinosaur. I'll put it in B tier. Yeah, I'll put Corythosaurus in B tier. I really love this dinosaur. Really like this one. And yeah, that's just mainly because not many people talk about it. I think it's very underrated dinosaur, very big herbivore as well. Often depicted as, yeah, many of the other hadrosaurs as, you know, T-Rex food or something like that, just, you know, but yeah, totally underrated animal. Corythosaurus in B tier. Then we'll go to the biggest animal that has ever flown. It is Quetzalcoatlus. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Quetzalcoatlus. Going straight into S tier. We have the first S tier creature already. Quetzalcoatlus is honestly my favorite pterosaur of all time, and not even Pteranodon. No, it's Quetzalcoatlus, and this is just because of its size. I mean, this animal is terrifying. Not only can it fly for very long distances, and it is, you know, as big as a small airplane, but on the other side, this animal is capable of walking on 4 limbs, because yeah, you can't really see it, or a little bit, but it has these little hands or claws at, you know, the top of its wing. Those claws were made to support its weight on the ground, so it was a quadrupedal predator when it landed on the ground. So not only could it possibly outrun you, it has a very long neck, so his range of motion, or yeah, his range of attacking you is insane, and it could fly for long distances. If this animal isn't that terrifying, then I don't know anymore. But yeah, Quetzalcoatlus deserved in S tier. We'll go to the next one. It is the one and only Mosasaurus. Again, hyped up because of Jurassic World. To be honest, I'll put this in S tier, and only because of one specific reason. Mosasaurus is one of the few prehistoric animals that actually has been discovered in my country. Or actually, Mosasaurus was discovered in Maastricht in some underground caves. Fun fact, I have been to those caves myself, and I saw a painting of the Mosasaurus skeleton in that cave. That was insane. It has been discovered, you know, so close to me, and, you know, the prehistoric creature of the region, you know, I'm very proud. It's my home creature, my home prehistoric animal, so to speak. Right, now we go to the next one, and I think this one is Archaeopteryx. I think it's Archaeopteryx. For the people who don't know what Archaeopteryx is basically the first, bird discovered in all of history. Of course, we all know that dinosaurs, slowly evolved into birds, or a small lineage of dinosaurs evolved into birds during the Jurassic, and Archaeopteryx was the first known bird. Very special animal, of course, and that's why I'll put it in B tier, because it's just such a big evolutionary discovery. One of the first big links that made us believe that birds and dinosaurs were related. And not just related, but birds are dinosaurs themselves. So Archaeopteryx, really special animal, really big discovery. Let's go to the next one, and that is the one and only Therizinosaurus. Very cool animal. Of course, when we first found it with its huge claws, everyone thought, oh, it's a big predator, but no. No. Therizinosaurus is a herbivore, but they evolved. Well, they didn't evolve from theropods, but they are theropods themselves. So yes, they belong in the theropod family, you know, the animals that include T-Rex, Velociraptor, etc. All of the meat-eating dinosaurs, well, most of them. But Therizinosaurus actually evolved to be herbivorous, and its huge claws are mainly for defense to scare away predators. And the teeth are serrated and made for cutting leaves. So we'll put Therizinosaurus in. Well, you know what it is? I'm not a huge fan of this dinosaur, so I'll put it into C tier. Let's go to the next one. I think this is Allosaurus. Yeah, straight into S tier. It's my favorite dinosaur. It's just such an awesome dinosaur, and also because of the fact that the Allosaurs absolutely dominated the Jurassic in terms of, you know, carnivores. We also had Ceratosaurs living in the same area as Allosaurus, but no predator even came close to the dominance of Allosaurus during its time. It was literally like the lions of today. Allosaurus is often depicted as the lion of the Jurassic, and yeah, I can totally agree. It's such an amazing animal. I mean, when I look at its appearance, it has long claws, it has a very strong jaw. I just absolutely love the whole Allosaurus thing. Let's go to the next one. This is... oh, we can't see the head. Bruh. Assuming from its size, I think... this one will be Carnotaurus because it has the very little abellisaurid arms. I'm a big fan of Carnotaurus, actually. Very amazing animal. I mean, it has relatively long legs. It's a very fast carnivore, and it has these, you know, very comical tiny arms that are literally like as big as my hand. So yeah, Carnotaurus will be going into A tier. Really love that dinosaur. Also very well known because of the movie Dinosaur, where the Carnotaurus was like the big antagonists of the show. It was like the villain, so to speak. But really love Carnotaurus. Really cool dinosaur. Very fast theropod. One of the fastest theropods for its size, I believe. I don't know that for sure, but you know, Carnotaurus was a king in its region. I mean, if T-Rex is the king of North America in the Cretaceous, then Carnotaurus is the king of South America. It was like that powerful. Alright, let's go to Dilophosaurus, and to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Dilophosaurus, and I'll put it into E tier. I'm very sorry. It's because of Jurassic Park once again. I mean, how some people depict Dilophosaurus is just, yeah, fucking atrocious, to be honest. Alright, let's go to the next animal. That is Coelophysis. Beautiful picture of walking with dinosaurs here. One of the oldest dinosaurs that has been discovered in history. Lived in the Triassic around 220 million years ago, I believe. Also, yeah, it's not a very special dinosaur for me. Well, actually, it kind of is, because this is actually one of the first dinosaurs that I saw on a TV screen. So it will have a special place in my heart, so I will put it into... let's put it into B tier for now, just because it was one of the first dinosaurs that I ever heard of. Alright, next one, Pachycephalosaurus. I'm very sorry, but I'm throwing it into D tier. Not a huge fan of Pachycephalosaurus. Only thing that's cool about this dinosaur, or stands out, is that thing on its head, which it uses to headbutt. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, a thick-headed Dome or something. Someone please let me know in the comments, I completely forgot. But yeah, Pachycephalosaur, I don't know, I never had something special with that creature. Alright, let's go to the one and only Liopleurodon into 8 here. Yes, please. Also because of working with dinosaurs, it was the first time I ever saw this marine reptile. Did I just call it a dinosaur? Or am I just forgetting what I'm saying? Anyway, Liopleurodon, yeah, will always have a special place in my heart. It's the first marine reptile that I ever heard of. Its size is really exaggerated because in the show, the Liopleurodon is 25 meters long. That is insane. I mean, that's not right in the slightest. I think in reality, Liopleurodon was around 6 to 7 meters long, I believe, but yeah, still, you know, that doesn't make it less cool or something. It's just overall a very cool animal. Alright, next one we have Compsognathus. Of course, one of the more popular dinosaurs as well in Jurassic Park, but I'm very sorry. This is the first dinosaur I will put into the trash category. I do not like Compsognathus at all, and that's not because of its size. Compsognathus, compies. I mean, the only time I can remember it being on screen was in Jurassic Park, a sci-fi. So, unfortunately, Compsognathus, you're going into trash. I don't like you at all. This is Apatosaurus or Brontosaurus or whatever you want to call it. No, actually, wait, I think Brontosaurus is now a valid genus. I think it's a valid genus now. But anyway, we have Apatosaurus right here. I always had the feeling that Apatosaurus always stands a bit in the shadow of Diplodocus. But I really love this dinosaur. I mean, it's not too special, so I'll put it into C tier. I mean, Apatosaurus, really cool dinosaur. Of course, just like Diplodocus, it has this, like, whip kind of tail to... You know, it just looks very cool. Yeah, Apatosaurus, not a very special dinosaur, so I'll put it into C tier. Alright, next up, we have Dimetrodon, of course. An animal that has often been depicted as a bit of confused. I mean, yeah, there is a lot of confusion going on around it, but yeah, it's overall just a very confusing story with Dimetrodon. But yeah, it's more closely related to mammals than it was to things like dinosaurs. But Dimetrodon, I think, is a very cool animal. I'll put it into A tier because this is like one of the most iconic animals in prehistory ever, because of its huge back sail, which was probably used for, I think, mating display or temperature regulation or something like that. Next up, probably, besides T-Rex, the most well-known dinosaur ever discovered, the one and only Triceratops. Of course, has a bit of controversy with the whole Taurosaurs and Triceratops thing. Is Triceratops a valid genus? Is Taurosaurs a valid genus? There's a lot of debate over it, mainly because of Jack Horner, but I mean, I have to put it into S tier. I mean, Triceratops, probably the most iconic herbivore ever. I mean, if you ask to a, let's say, 7 to 8 year old kid who knows a bit about dinosaurs or who knows nothing about dinosaurs, and you ask them, name me a herbivorous dinosaur, they will probably say Triceratops or Stegosaurus, one of those two. Right, we have the next one. I think that is Rhamphorhynchus, one of the pterosaurs, one of the earlier pterosaurs. But for me, it's not a very special animal. I'll put it into D tier. I'm very sorry, Rhamphorhynchus, but just its overall size and it's just not very special. I mean, there is not much fun watching Rhamphorhynchus in my opinion. Very sorry for that. Next up we have, I think it's Acrocanthosaurus, of course, one of the, well, as I like to call it, the king before T-Rex in North America. Before T-Rex we had Acrocanthosaurus, a Carcharodontosaurus, which is an absolute unit. But anyways, Acrocanthosaurus, very cool dinosaur. I'll put it into B tier. I mean, just because it's massive and it's one of the biggest predators that has ever lived in North America. Next up, we have the ichthyosaurs, another type of marine reptile. Of course, I don't know which ichthyosaur this is. This might be Ophthalmosaurus, but I'm putting it into B tier as well. Yeah, I'm putting it into B tier. Ichthyosaurs. It literally looks like a prehistoric dolphin. Well, it actually isn't a dolphin. It's not a fish either. It's a marine reptile. And that's mainly because I think ichthyosaurs are so underrated nowadays. I mean, they recently discovered a huge specimen, a huge species of ichthyosaur, which is so damn big.
That's what she said!
I mean, it literally comes close to the size of a blue whale, and that's when you know it's serious. Ichthyosaur, it deserved B tier. Perfect. Next up, we have Iguanodon. Yeah, A tier. A tier for Iguanodon. I mean, if Iguanodon was a hadrosaur, it would be on steroids. Of course, that's often a misconception that a lot of people make. Iguanodon is actually not a hadrosaur. Iguanodon is literally its own species, so it's not a hadrosaur at all. But Iguanodon, you don't want to mess with this animal. All right, next up we have... Is this Brachiosaurus? I mean, judging from the body structure, it looks like Brachiosaurs. So Brachiosaurs, you will go into... Where should we place you, Brachiosaurs? Where should we place you? Of course, one of, again, a very iconic dinosaur. One of my favorite sauropods as well. Ah, psych, I'm putting it into B tier. I'm putting it into B tier. Yeah, Brachiosaurs, of course, one of the tallest... sauropods as well. I mean, I think it was as big as a, what was it, 15-store building or something. I don't know that anymore. But anyway, it's a huge dinosaur. Of course, as well shown in Jurassic Park a lot. Fun fact about Brachiosaurs: did you know that the Brachiosaurs in Jurassic Park isn't a Brachiosaur? Yeah, you didn't know that, I bet. The dinosaur that got shown in Jurassic Park was Giraffatitan and not Brachiosaurs. So it's not right. It's not right, Universal Studios. But yeah, Giraffatitan and Brachiosaurs, I'll hold them here next to me. Giraffatitan, Brachiosaurs. They look very much alike. They're almost, they relatively look the same, but yeah, they made a mistake in Jurassic Park and they accidentally showed Giraffatitan while calling it Brachiosaurs. Right, next up we have Diplodocus, and I'm putting it into S tier. I mean, this is my favorite sauropod. I mean, it just looks amazing. It looks amazing. It has a long neck and tail. It's, I think, one of the longest dinosaurs that had ever existed, and mainly because of walking with dinosaurs. Fourth reason that I really like this dinosaur. I think it's a really awesome creature. I mean, come on. All right. Next up, we have probably the most controversial dinosaur in all of paleontology, Spinosaurus. I mean, a lot of debate. Is the semi-aquatic dinosaur? Is the fully aquatic dinosaur? Yeah, what purpose did its sail have? Was it a quadruped? Was it a biped? So much questions about Spinosaurus. It's unfortunately, we don't really have very good specimens of Spinosaurus left, because most of the remaining parts were blown up during World War II. But I'm putting it into... Well, actually, I'm not a huge fan of Spinosaurus either. I'll put it into C tier. Alright, now we come to the most popular dinosaur of all time. The most popular prehistoric creature that has ever been discovered. Every child, every adult knows about this creature. It doesn't matter if you're a paleontologist or not. It's the one and only Tyrannosaurus Rex. Only because of its iconic reputation, I'll just put it into S tier. Alright, next up we have Pteranodon. Probably the most iconic pterosaur, that's for sure, and also one of the most iconic prehistoric animals in general. I'll put it into A tier. I really love Pteranodon. Like I said, I prefer Quetzalcoatlus over Pteranodon. That's mainly because I think Quetzalcoatlus is a bit underrated compared to Pteranodon, and also because I think Pteranodon has been done dirty so many times in the past. There are so many imbeciles out there, so many faggots in our world that call Pteranodon a pterodactyl. I mean, how much of a complete retarded barbaric idiot can you be to name Pteranodon a pterodactyl? Pteranodon is not a pterodactyl. Of course, it belongs to a family of pterosaurs named the pterodactyloids, but it's not a pterodactyl. Why do some people just don't get that? I mean, come on, it's not that difficult. Come on, man. Next up, we have my favorite hadrosaur. It is Parasaurolophus. I'm putting this one into A tier as well. Yes, Parasaurolophus. Other people call it Parasaurolophus. I'm calling it Parasaurolophus. But it is such an amazing dinosaur. I mean, just the shape of its head is so unique. And the sound that this dinosaur made, here is an example. I mean, the sound that it produces, or could have produced during its life, we still don't know for sure, is so cool. I literally get like goosebumps when I listen to that sound. But Parasaurolophus, it's just so beautiful. Such a beautiful animal. Next up we have Plateosaurus. Actually, I'm a huge fan of Plateosaurus. I think it looks really unique. It literally looks like the cross between a normal theropod and a sauropod. It just looks like a bit of both sides. I really love that about Plateosaurus. So I'll put it into B tier. Really huge fan of it. Alright, let's go to the next one. This is the Plesiosaurus. Of course, we all know the beautiful legend of the monster of Loch Ness, Nessie, in Scotland. In Scotland, yeah. Why am I talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, the Plesiosaur, yeah.
Plesiosaurus, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm not a huge fan of Plesiosaurus. Right, next up we have another very iconic dinosaur, the Stegosaurus, and I'm going to put this into S tier as well. We have a lot of dinosaurs in S tier, bloody hell. Yeah, Stegosaurus, I don't know, it's just, again, just like T-Rex. And Triceratops is a very iconic dinosaur. Yeah, and again, I really love it. Absolutely mental. I mean, the spikes at the end of its tail, the thrills at the top of its back. Yeah, I think if you got hit with the tail spikes, you would be, that would probably be the worst pain you'd ever experience. I mean, with a T-Rex, it would be over very soon, because with a T-Rex it only takes one bite and you're dead. You probably won't even feel it, but a Stegosaurus, you would definitely feel that. Next up we have Styracosaurus. I'll put this into C tier. In my opinion, I mean, it's an iconic and well-known dinosaur, but for me it doesn't really have that wow. It doesn't have anything special for me to enjoy. Alright, next up we have the Titanoboa. This, I believe, is the only creature from this list that didn't exist in the Mesozoic. This is the only creature, I think, that existed in the Cenozoic era, the Titanoboa Intertrash. I hate Titanoboa. I am not a big fan of that snake. I mean, again, it looks cool, but it's just not very special. It just looks like a bigger version of an anaconda. Next one, we have Utahraptor. It's my favorite dromaeosaurid, to be honest. I'll put it into A tier. Really like Utahraptor, mainly because, you know, Utahraptor got a bit carried away from the dromaeosaur lineage and, you know, tries to hunt more like other theropods. Of course, it still looks like a dromaeosaurid, but you can see like its size. It was bigger than a freaking polar bear. I mean, what do you expect? Funny thing actually about Utahraptor, next to the Cotaraptor, it has the biggest, you know, like toe claw of any dromaeosaur. But research has shown us that Utahraptor probably didn't have a lot of control, or a lot less control over its toe claw or sickle claw than Velociraptor did, for example, or the Cotaraptor. Alright, then we have the next one. We have the Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus, probably the most armored dinosaur in all of history. I mean, even the eyelids are covered with these osteoderms. Osteoderms are like the big bony plates on its back, and at the tail club, of course. Yeah, if I was a T-Rex, I wouldn't want to mess with the Ankylosaurus. Of course, very iconic, and I'll put it right into S tier. Alright, then I'll just do one more, because I'll just do this one. I know this is Oviraptor or Gigantoraptor or something. I don't know. To be honest, I don't have any idea who these two dinosaurs are. I know I'm very terrible. I should really like get my knowledge back together about these animals, cause. All right, but the last one, I think this is indeed Oviraptor, Gigantoraptor, Corythoraptor. Alright, something that looks like it, okay? I'm just calling it an Oviraptor. Anyway, Oviraptor into D tier. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Just not very special for me. I mean, it looks like a giant ostrich, but again, not a huge fan of it. And I don't know why some people keep hyping it up so much. The only reason I could like this dinosaur a lot is because you know, a couple of years ago, a fossil was found in Mongolia, which displayed a velociraptor and a oviraptor battling while they died. So yeah, I mean that's a very cool fact about the oviraptor, but yeah, I don't know, not my piece of cake. All right, and there we have it. This is the prehistoric animal tier list. As you can see, in the top tier we have Quetzalcoatlus, Mosasaurus, Allosaurus, Triceratops, Diplodocus, T-Rex, Stegosaurus, and of course Ankylosaurus. In A tier we have Carnotaurus, Liopleurodon, Dimetrodon, Iguanodon, Pteranodon, Parasaurolophus, and Utahraptor. B tier we have Corythosaurus, Archaeopteryx, Coelophysis, Acrocanthosaurus, Ichthyosaurs, Brachiosaurs, and of course Platyosaurs. C tier we have Velociraptor, Therizinosaurs, Apatosaurs, Spinosaurs, one of the Plesiosaurs, and Styracosaurus. E tier we have Pachycephalosaurs, Rhamphorhynchus, and the Oviraptor or Gigantoraptor. I still don't know which one it is. In E tier we have only Dilophosaurus, poor Dilophosaurus, I'm very sorry. And in the absolute trash category we have Compsognathus and Titanoboa. Alright everyone, but I think that's it for today's video. If you liked it, then of course make sure to drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new here, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And of course make sure to put a notification on, because you don't want to miss any single video of me. Alright, that was the prehistoric animal tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Adios, mi amigos.